People of the realm, Westerosi and Essosi, snuff out your fires, saddle your horse, and bring a worthy blade, for you have been summoned to the Great Hall. I am the Northlander, and now it's time to tell you what I know. There are a great many people in A Song of Ice and Fire, and unless you have a dragon or you love to flay people alive, it may be hard for others to remember just who the bloody hell you are. So when the maids are talking, squires are training, and enemies grumbling, true names can get somewhat lost and replaced with other more memorable ones. So I've compiled a list of those I liked, so sit back and sup on your black tar rum. Yes, I know, even piss tastes better than that black tar rum, but it's cheap and you bastards like to drink. Number 10. Lord Too Fat to Sit a Horse. Lord Wyman Manderley, head of House Manderley. He's a fat bastard. In fact, he's so fat that no horse can bear his weight and he must be carried in a litter. But behind those piggy eyes, there's some intelligence. He's sly, this one. He plays at being a fool. He's anything but. After all, why would a fat fool need a secret fleet? Number 9. Hot Pie. Yet another porky person and one-time companion of Arya Stark. Rather than honour his friendship, he decided to become a baker at the Inn of the Kneeling Man. At least the Brotherhood without banners will be well fed. Number 8. The Onion Knight. Davos Bloody Seaworth. The only honour-bound smuggler I know, and one that knows he's foolish to be so. When he made it through the blockade of Storm's End in the dead of night to deliver food to the starving garrison, Stannis Baratheon rewarded him with a knighthood and land, but then he took the top joint from each of his fingers on his left hand as punishment for his past crimes as a smuggler. Davos now wears them around his neck, so I'm just gonna call him Fingerbang from now on, as the bag of bones surely bangs against his chest when he walks, right? Number 7. Bittersteel. Aegon Rivers is a true bastard this time. He was famously defeated at the Battle of Redgrass Field, and he was destined for the wall, but never arrived. Instead, he fled to Essos, first serving in the Second Sons, then he created the illustrious Golden Company, and continued his support for the Blackfires, along with other exiled lords. After a few failed rebellions, he died in the disputed lands, in a skirmish. But let's never forget, beneath the gold, Bittersteel. Number 6. Sam the Slayer, Sir Piggy. Samwell Flaming Tarly, a 280-pound cowardly moaner who somehow managed to be the first person in 1,000 years to kill a White Walker and then shag a wildling in that order. I mean, what happened to crows before hoes, or stalker before walker? Yeah, I know that's weak, but this black tar rum has loosened my tongue worse than Theon getting tortured on a rack. In Sam's defence, he does like to read, and he may hold the key to a later victory. But that's a discussion for another time. Number 5. Dolores Ed. Edison Tollett. Finally, there's a nickname that rolls off the tongue. This pessimist from the Vale amuses us with his moanings of life. After all, Yoren recruited him saying that a woman couldn't resist a man in uniform. However, he didn't mention the Night Watch's vow of celibacy. Although I do contest this, but we can see why he's a miserable git. Number 4. The Mountain That Rides. Gregor Clegane. Tywin's dog and once arguably the most feared man in all of Westeros. The man's 420 pounds of pure muscle, and that muscle swings a great big bloody 6-foot sword. Now his nickname isn't as clever as some, but if ever there was a name that encapsulates a man more and scares a realm, I struggle to find it. Number 3. The Imp, Halfman. Everyone's favourite Lannister Tyrion is at number 3, and my Aunt knows mockery is oh so clever. In case you don't know, he's a dwarf. Almost everyone except Lannisters call him these names. In fact, he's heard them all his life, ever since he was little. Well, in fact, he's still little, so he's almost resistant to the rising to any of this bait. I said almost. More times than most he uses his intellect and others' opinions of him to his own advantage. Tyrion is another character who we believe has a big role to play. I've always found it funny though, that he lacks a nickname about his lack of a nose. But it'd be hard to call him No-Nose Lannister without him coming off like a gangster. After all, he did put the imp into pimp. Number 2, Husband to Bears. So many names: Tormund, better known as Giantsbane or Thunderfist, and a few more, but Husband to Bears is my favourite due to the story that comes with it. Now, if you believe that there are more wargs in the north, it's likely that the woman from this story is Mage Mormont. Tormund himself is a broad man. He has a broad face and white hair. He wears golden bands engraved with runes of the first men on his arm. He also styles himself as Tall Talker, Hornblower and Breaker of Ice, Husband to Bears, the Mead King of Ruddy Hall, Speaker to Gods and Father of Hosts. But Husband to Bears is the one I remember. Number 1, Golden Hand the Just. With notable nods to both Kingslayer and Kingflayer, how could I resist putting Jaime Lannister as top of the pile, especially as the existence of this name came from Jaime's own mind. When looking at his entry in the White Book, he notes the deeds of others that came before him, and he cannot bear to enter his own deed or pronounce himself just or great. After all, his deeds, they're killing a king, shagging his sister, and attempting to murder a child. Right? Oh wait, hang on 1 minute. They're his crimes. His actual deeds are being knighted by the pinnacle of chivalry Sir Arthur Dayne at the age of 15, becoming the youngest member of the history of the Kingsguard. He saved the people of King's Landing from death by wildfire, and he's currently attempting to honour a vow given to Catelyn Stark. And let's not forget, he also saved Riverrun from ruin, so he's not all bad. So there you go, my favourite names. Honourable mentions go to Patchface, the Spider, Brienne the Beauty, Raph the Sweetling and Crow's Eye. The absence of Stannis the Manis for all you fanboys out there is the fact that it is a fan creation, so don't cry too hard. So how did you like the list? Did I miss out your favourite name? Oh, did I? Oh, poor you. Go ask Lysa Tully for a nipple already. And just like the North, remember, you know nothing and neither do I. I'm the Northlander, and I'll see you in the next one.